Hey everybody, I'm Garrett. And I'm Carolyn. We're Diary of a Family. We're intentionally living life with you. Welcome to our late night live stream.
Late night.
Yeah, we had a pretty busy day today, and we'll tell you all about it in all its details in a few seconds. So hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. I will scoot over a little bit. This has been one of those, it was a really good day, but we kind of bit off a little more than we could chew.
A lot more than
than we could chew, so we were scrambling. That's why we did not go live at 8 p.m. Central Time. We are very sorry to Richard and Hope Marks.
Because they go to bed early and they're Central Time right now.
Yeah, they're East Coast time.
Oh, are they East Coast time
Yeah,
now?
they're in Georgia.
Oh, dear.
So
they'll have to watch this on the replay. Sorry, Hope.
I know we're from the bottom of our hearts, but we've been boondocking for the past 9 days, something like that.
Garrett and the kids have been boondocking.
Yeah.
I got back from Texas yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
And came home to a thrashed trailer.
So,
oh my gosh!
If you could
dirty.
you could see off camera right now. It's just.
It was so dirty. I spent some of my afternoon yesterday cleaning the trailer. The grime everywhere, inside and out. Like, he chose the dirtiest place to boondock. It was so.
All the other places I couldn't get the trailer into comfortably.
It's okay. The kids were thoroughly excited. They were completely covered in grime. Like, seriously. Did you find a photo to share with them of their grimy faces?
I did not have time.
Okay, you will see video footage coming up, I'm sure, in the next couple of weeks of grimy faces. And as soon as you'd wash off their faces, their hands, they'd just be grimy again.
Do you want to unlock that and just twist it just a tad over?
Twist what?
The camera mount.
Oh, is it not quite right?
We're just a little bit off-centered. Or you can just pick it up. There you go. That works.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
I like that?
Yep.
Sweet. All right. Do we want to tell about the funny people that we met boondocking?
Oh, well, let's save that for later.
Okay.
We'll tell. How did your last week? I mean, our live stream last week was basically you were sitting there manning the chat room, and I was trying to keep 3 kids sane in a quickly darkening playground.
That was a funny live
in Flagstaff. I know people were all like, "Garrett, why are you so stressed?" It's the lighting.
He was tired out and had been managing. You've been managing the kids for like
11 days.
Not by that point, just 7 days.
So yeah, it was about a week.
6 days, 7 days. And I could tell, like, you were just barely holding it together. But you did okay. The kids are still alive.
Yes.
So, so I've been truly blessed to be able to come home. I was really missing the kids and Garrett, and I couldn't do it anymore. We're never going to do that again.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
to be
very
away
rough.
from them for so long. I've been away for like short, like overnight, women's retreat kind of thing. But
it's like 28 hours, maybe 48 hours.
Being almost 2 full weeks was too much. The kids were missing me. You were missing me. The trailer was missing me.
I was trying. I swear, pretty much most nights we were there at boondocking, I was sweeping out the entire floor, and it just comes all right back in.
If any of you have been boondocking in deserty, sandy, dirty places, you know exactly what he's talking about. Hello, Timothy. What are you doing out of bed?
I'm just going potty.
Oh, okay. All right. So because we're kind of in between spots, we have stuff stored in their bathroom, and they can't get in there. Go on, go use the potty.
Yeah. So we're only here for one night here in Williams.
We are here for the electricity, the water, the sewer, and the laundry.
We have it all going, basically, minus the laundry. For some reason, we showed up at 5 o'clock, and they're like, "Hey, by the way, we have free laundry, and it opens at 9 a.m. tomorrow."
But it's not open right now.
But
Like,
we have dirty kids, and we have laundry.
I'm so glad you have free laundry, but it needs to be open right now.
Yep.
We left our boondocking location and moved here.
Yes.
And we ended up being out probably 2 hours longer than we planned. But it was really fun because we hooked up again with another full-time family that we had met at the Balloon
Our
Fiesta.
neighbors. Our twinsies.
Our twinsies.
So we pulled up, and we are at Grand Design Solitude.
Yes.
And right after we pulled up and got parked in, another Grand Design Solitude. Exact same model. The only difference is a residential fridge, and it was a 2020 instead of a 2019.
Anyway, so we had fun with the Richards.
The Richards, yes.
They have a teenage son, and they kind of just palled around with us today as we re-explored some of the locations.
And we went and toured a 21, it was almost 30-mile stretch.
30 miles, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, of what national forest?
The Coconino. Coconino National Forest. But there is a national park area up there. One side of it is Sunset Crater Volcano. The other side is Wupaki. Wupaki.
I have to see it spelled.
Wupatki. Pueblo. So it's basically like an Indian city. Pueblo, what means village or something like that.
Pueblo village, yeah.
So it was an Indian village called Wupatki, and it was 21 miles away from Sunset Crater Volcano. But the drive out there was awesome.
It's beautiful.
There's just these vista points. There is a massive lava field.
That vista point for what was it? Painted Desert. So gorgeous, so gorgeous. So it's not very far from Flagstaff.
No.
If you're out here, you have to visit
25 minutes east of Flagstaff. That's about it.
But you need a couple hours really to see all of it. And it's mainly driving from point to point. And then once you get to the Pueblo, you go through the visitor center, and then you actually walk out to it and kind of walk down, and you've got little guided cards to kind of walk you through the village, so that you know the pieces of it. Like they had indoor heating with their fireplaces, and they had a big arena for ball games and such.
The interesting thing is they could tell that the Indians that inhabited that specific village had Spanish ancestry because of the ball court. I guess the Mayans,
I think it was,
were very into sports and very competitive, and so that whole Mexican Indian group were known for their ball sports.
This boy is turning 6 on Tuesday.
Yes,
I'm
he
excited.
is.
2 more days.
It's his birthday eve.
It's birthday eve. He's been telling us everything he wants for his birthday gifts and bucket list stuff. What do you have on your bucket list to do?
The first thing I want to tell you is going to space.
He wants to go to space. That's a bucket list.
Yeah, that's a
He needs to save up his pennies.
Maybe when he's in his 40s or 50s, technology will be there and we'll be able to go to space.
We can show him videos of space and things like that.
Real people in space.
Hey, if you want to look at our audience, you got to look at the camera right there.
Say hi.
All right, you say hi and you say good night.
Good night.
Okay, go to bed.
See you in the next video.
Like and subscribe.
Good night. Sleep well.
So, the entire drive is absolutely
Gorgeous.
spectacular. And that's not the only pueblo in that area. There's
No.
probably another 3 or 4, maybe even 5
A lot of different
pueblos
settlements.
in that whole region. And we didn't have the time to stop by and look at some of the other ones. We looked at the biggest one, the main one, which was the Wupaku National Monument. So if you're coming through the Flagstaff area, northern Arizona, and you don't like all the crowds, but you still want to really see some amazing pieces of history, check out this Sunset Crater Volcano and Wupaki National Monument. Amazing.
Yeah. It was beautiful.
The drive itself, I would just do the drive. I love
we
the
did
drive.
the drive.
We did the drive.
You did it twice.
I've done it twice, yes.
The kids did their Junior Ranger badges for that. They showed it to you on the last live stream. So, yeah, right at the beginning. So check that out from last Sunday.
Yeah.
Last Sunday. Boondocking.
This was our first real... I say real experience because we didn't have 50 other families right there with us, supporting us. And if we had an issue, we could be like, hey, can somebody help me out
We
here?
didn't really have any issues, though.
No.
So, I mean, that was a good jumping off spot for us to spend a week at the Balloon Fiesta with full-time families.
Yeah.
Just getting used to it. And then, I mean, you jumped right into it, even though I wasn't with you.
Yes.
So, he was managing the kids, getting water in our brand new 60-gallon bladder.
Yeah,
Did you get video
60.
of that? Are
Yes.
you gonna do some videoing?
I'll
of
put
that?
together a video kind of the boondocking experience.
Good.
And we'll put that in there as well as we talk about it.
So I got home yesterday. It was probably, what was it? Was it noon? 1? Something like that.
It was like 12:30.
And of course the kids are excited to see me. I give them gifts because what mom doesn't bring home gifts after being gone for 2 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we went just to take a little bit of a walk, and we noticed that these neighbors that had parked kind of behind a sand duney hill sort of thingy had a bouncy castle.
Well, I'll tell you the beginning of that story because it's pretty hilarious. So my kids decided that they wanted to go out
To the edge of the road.
Yes.
Which is just this dirt road leading out into the what is this area? It's the
Cinder Hills.
Cinder Hills.
Off highway vehicle recreation area.
I mean, all kinds of people out there in 4-wheelers, 2-wheelers, driving like mad. But they drive back and forth on this little gravel road where the trailer's parked. So the kids are out selling decorations, which were pine needles that they had tied in knots. It was very cute. I bought some when I got home. What else?
Yeah. She put on one of her bracelets as well.
Yes, I bought one of those too. I was wearing it earlier and it got wet.
Yep.
Well, they saw this bouncy house just peeking out from behind this little hill, probably about 150 yards away.
Yeah.
Something like that. Dad, what did they say?
Dad, there's a bouncy house.
Can we go play in the bouncy house?
I was like...
And Garrett's like...
What do you mean, bouncy house?
We're in the middle of nowhere, boondocking. So, I got home. I had kind of sort of, like, noticed it and thought, oh, maybe somebody rented it out for a birthday party or whatever. We were sort of close. As we were walking back, the guy's, like, waving us over. The kids can come and play.
We were like... First of all, I'm sitting there 11 days of dealing with kids going nuts in the park and RV stuff and all this crazy stuff. And... So they're sitting there trying to sell stuff to people going 45 miles an hour across a dirt road that's a 25-mile-an-hour road. And they're yelling and screaming at the kids for them to pull over and buy their grass projects. And then they yell at me, hey, Dad, can we go play at the bouncy house? And I was like what? Yeah, go play at the bouncy house. I'm like, There's no bouncy house. It's like, Dad, come over here and look. What?
There's a bouncy house in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I walked over there and I saw the little spires from the bouncy house. I was like, oh.
It turns out that it's this family and this family's boss's family. They're both there. There's 2 trailers. Yeah. They own this bouncy house. So they were out to celebrate Gabby's birthday.
Yes.
She's turning 10. But, I mean, the kids are all bouncing. They're inviting Garrett and I to hang out and chill with them in the shade and chat. And then we're offered popcorn. They had a full-size, stand-up popcorn
absolutely hilarious.
Good night, Mom.
Good night. I was like, what else do these people have? And then one of the kids is like, I want a snow cone. Oh, sorry, dude. We didn't bring the snow cone. We thought it would be too cold. They had a snow cone maker, too. I'm like, these people, they are serious about their weekend play. Like, serious.
And then that's like their only time that they can get away type of thing.
The family with the kids, they had bought their trailer this year, I think, in June, and had already used it 12 different times. So, I mean, they're really serious. So they live here in Arizona.
West Phoenix, kind of the area we're heading down to for our next contract. And
it
we'll go over
really
that in a little bit.
It was fun to get to meet them. That was a really fun group of people.
Yes. It was.
A bouncy house.
Yeah.
So we got invited back for dinner and cake and it was good. Campfire.
Yeah.
Everybody smells like campfire now. No, I take that back. So we've been bathing children tonight. I need to bathe as well.
You've been a day and a half without a shower?
No, longer than that. I think I showered Thursday. Why are we talking about this on live?
Well, I'm just saying I haven't showered since Saturday.
Yes, dear, you need it worse than me. But we all needed showers. We stripped the beds. All the sheets and blankets have been washed.
Yes.
And kids are all tucked away clean. I cleaned out the trailer. We still have a huge pile of laundry left to do. We just did the bedding tonight.
Just enough to get the kids in clean beds after being cleaned. So
tomorrow morning will be more clean laundry, and then what? We're going back to boondocking again.
For one night. We can probably handle one night without...
Yeah. We're transitioning from this spot in Williams
up to...
Hey! Hi, Kent!
So,
yes.
I realized what happened.
What happened?
I went live and I didn't put it... It was unlisted. So I realized what was happening, and then I switched it, but that was still 15 minutes into the live stream.
I was trying to figure out why nobody was hopping on. Hi, Kent. We missed you guys. Can't wait to see you soon.
Hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow.
So we're doing boondocking just outside of the Grand Canyon.
Yes.
South side.
South Rim.
South Rim. Because, what?
Ken said you're talking about dirty laundry.
We
could show you a whole handful of dirty laundry.
Oh yeah, it's all piled up right here, and after we get off the live stream, I will be sorting it so that we don't have to do that tomorrow morning. But the campground that we're at tonight, I mean, perfect place to do a stopover. So you really want to do those long stints of boondocking, and then you have a day or two when you have full hookups, so you can do laundry and showers and cleaning and cooking and whatever you need to do, right? This place has free laundry. It doesn't open till 9, but we're going to get free laundry done. I'm super excited. All right, so Kent, we're going to see you guys Tuesday.
Are you guys staying at the same RV park? Were you able to get a spot there? I am not. I know that was a high demand.
It was a high demand.
We were definitely.
But maybe they had 60 days without full hookups. Oh my goodness. It's so long.
We might be pretty close. Depends on how well we can do.
If you consider not full hookups, just not having sewer, we've done that all winter long in Washington.
Yeah.
So almost 6 months we were just water and electricity, and he had.
And that was 30 amp.
And 30 amp, yeah. We would flip the circuit sometimes because we'd be using too much.
We'd flip
power.
the circuit because we would cough in the trailer. It'd be
No, it'd be we'd be running the heat. the electric wood stove, we'd be running a cooking something or other, and then the water heater would pop on or something like that.
Ken said that they'll actually be about 10 minutes
10 minutes away. Not bad.
That's pretty good.
Not bad at all.
We'll definitely come visit you, and you come visit us. And
all right, meet up. I'm super excited. We haven't seen you guys since last November.
Yeah, it's
November.
been
No, we saw them at Seaside.
In March, yep.
I was like, it hasn't been a full year.
It has been a while, though.
Yeah. So.
Life
Oh
of
my
Mine,
gosh!
Steven!
Hi, Steven. How are you?
So,
Life of Mind RV is on. Check out his channel.
The late night owls are coming out.
Yep, they are. You guys,
we'll hook up rocks when you have.
I'm still like 2 hours ahead.
Yeah.
I really am. So like, what is it? 8:30 here. I feel like it's 10:30.
Yeah.
I mean, and last night was really bad, because I slept in my car 2 nights ago. Mm-hmm. So I only got very little sleep. And then I was still on Texas time. And then I got to you guys. I mean, I had hit the road by like 6:30.
Yeah, you were out early in the morning.
Got back to you guys. And then we went and had that birthday party with the other boondockers. And I was like, what time is it? It was only like 8:30, and I was like, I am so exhausted.
Feels like
it
10:30.
feels like 11.
Yeah.
So I mean, I got myself into bed and crashed just so hard.
I do encourage everyone watching to, when we're done here, go rewatch our live stream, because there's about 15 minutes that we're not live. If you're rewatching this, disregard.
We talked about some crazy boondockers.
Yeah.
That we met yesterday. Awesome
well, that
families.
part's live, but
awesome families.
the beginning of it wasn't live.
Okay.
About 15 minutes.
Anyway, awesome families that we met out at Cinder Hills, OHV.
Yeah.
Out where the dust and grime is black from the volcanic.
They almost got stuck in the cinder rocks out there, because it gets really deep and really loose.
Soft. It's
really
very
soft. Very soft.
I mean, it's great for if you're out there in
off-road
a dune
vehicle.
buggy or whatever.
Yeah. I did 30 seconds of off-roading.
Yeah. Kent's like, full hookups rock when you have been gone without for so long. It's so true. I mean, I am so excited for clean laundry, clean trailer, clean bodies. My kids were so dirty, I didn't want to kiss them. They were so, like, seriously.
Daddy! Mommy! You're like, get away!
Timothy had this, like, dark spot all the way. He looked like he had a
He had a beard. He had a beard all week.
I mean, Edison was like, it was all over his face.
Timmy looked like he was just eating the dirt.
They've been having a lot of fun playing in the dirt. Yes, I am so glad we're back together again.
Yeah.
It was very hard on all of us. But I feel like I finished my contract strong.
Yes. And if we wanted to go back to Amarillo, they would probably take you back in a heartbeat.
Yes.
Probably in half a heartbeat.
Built good relationships there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say as many as we did in Louisiana. But
we built a lot of relationships in Louisiana with the church there and with the people there, and this place she built more relationship with the people at work.
Yes,
but we were in summer break for most of our Amarillo,
right?
So the church that we got involved with there, they didn't have any programs for us to get our kids involved with.
If you're familiar with how churches usually do things, they know that summer attendance dips because people are on vacation and out of town. And so they don't do any like small groups or activities for the kids in the evenings or anything like that. Yeah. Those times that you would get to know and other people and build relationships. Yeah. So, I mean, in Louisiana, we got involved in a small group and you took the kids to Awanas. And we met quite a few people that way. Well, at this church that we visited while we were in Amarillo, it wasn't like that at all. We went to church. It was great, but we didn't really have a chance to get to know anyone. other than like the children's pastor, and
pastor.
who we kind of wowed on like our second day there, our second Sunday.
Yeah.
Timothy had an issue.
We went
going into class,
and we went to the early service, which meant
we
that
don't have to explain the situation. It was just we were having a little bit of a showdown with him in the hallway out front of class, and we were finally like, look, I guess you'll just have to come with mommy and daddy and sit in the big service. And he totally changed his attitude and decided to finally go into class. But the children's pastor was watching us.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
push the button right there.
Oh. Which
I
button?
was about that one right there.
This one?
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, can you see us again?
Sorry, I was about ready to have you do it.
Oh,
It was about
sorry.
25. So
Our camera still shuts off.
We're using a new camera for our live stream. It is our our mirrorless camera, which is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
However, it times out at about about half an hour roughly. So
Don't know how to fix that.
I thought I had it done, but then all the settings made everything go wonky on my camera, and
Let's see. Kent says use a furnace filter in your window. Keep the dust on.
that's if you have kids that don't want to go in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out. It works good. That would work fantastic if I had like 3 windows that I kept open and could just throw it all and didn't go outside. But
It's a great idea.
yeah,
That would give you airflow, but no dust particles, or at least little. You could tape it all down with duct tape.
take the kids with duct tape.
Okay, we're out of control tonight. Can you tell? Anyway, we're getting stoked for birthday party up at the Grand Canyon. We are super excited because on our way down to our next location, we're going to be hanging out with another full-time family with kids our kids' ages. They all hooked up really well at the Balloon Fiesta.
But what's funny about that is that the family we hung out with today was the RV family that was on the left side of us at the rally. And these people are the ones that were on the right side of...
Yeah, so we're going to visit with our neighbors.
Yeah.
They all have kind of stayed in the area, and they're like, we want to hang out with you again.
And that's one mission that Full-Time Families really strives to push, is that...
Build community.
Build community. And it's like, if you haven't met a new family, you're kind of doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Like, go out and say, hey, how are you? You know, you have kids. You are families.
I'm going to yawn.
All right.
It's so contagious. I don't want to give you my yawns.
So, yeah, we are really happy that we went to the rally itself. And hopefully you guys all watched our Balloon Fiesta video.
Oh, go back and see that.
From Wednesday.
Don't watch it right now. Watch it at the end of this, because I still have to tell you guys about my new contract.
Yes, you want to stick around for that. And there's a hand.
Timothy, do you have to go potty again? Okay. Sometimes he's a double potty in the evening. Go
potty. Hurry up.
They don't normally walk in and out. We explained this earlier, but their bathroom has stuff stored in it. Since we're only here one night, we're not unpacking the stuff in their bathroom.
Auntie Carrie said that we get our new trailer on Wednesday.
Yes! Awesome!
You got to tell us what you guys got. Is it the same kind of pop-up trailer that you got, or hybrid camp trailer?
It was a hybrid camp trailer, not a pop-up.
It was a cool trailer.
They've had a pop-up before.
Yeah.
So they got a new trailer, I think, last year at the beginning. It was before this year. They took it camping quite a number of times. And then it was sitting out by their neighbor's garage or fence or something like that. And the neighbor's garage or fence caught on fire and burned their trailer.
Same hybrid. So they got the same kind of trailer.
Very cool. Well, I think it was working really well for them. So...
Even without kids, I think it's important to get out there and say hello to your neighbors.
You're so right, Steven. I mean, you can hole up and not talk to anybody.
That was probably Lisa.
Oh, was it Lisa? Oh, sorry.
Okay,
Living Light RV.
Living Light
I saw it really quick and thought it was Lightful Mind RV.
So it's a 23-foot with 3 bunks. They like to take their grandkids camping all summer long, basically.
My cousin's kids.
They get a nice break during the summertime. All the kids, grandma and grandpa, fence and fort burned.
Oh, do you think it was a fire purposely set? A fort? So was it a child, an older child that was playing with matches?
My.
Anyway. So yeah, we've had our experience with fire too this year.
Oh, gosh.
And almost burned our trailer down. Thankfully not.
Yeah.
Kent and Lisa, you had an experience with fire this past couple of weeks.
It was arson.
Oh, arson. Oh, and you experienced, well, I guess you didn't experience arson, but the local Walmart.
Someone tried to burn the Walmart down
Flagstaff?
so they could steal something from the store.
That was yesterday. He went to the store to get something and they're like, we're closed. Somebody set fire.
The shopping cart, the place was empty, and I'm like, it's 3 p.m. on a Saturday. No, 4 p.m. on a Saturday. Why are you closed?
Because somebody tried to set fire to the store so they could run out with something. They really wanted that big screen TV or something. I don't know.
Yes, can't wait. We were mentioning the fire you guys had in your wheel well. That was pretty crazy too.
Kent and Lisa put out a video. They actually got video footage of their situation. We did not. Ours was like horribly crazy, and all of a sudden. Yeah. And I wouldn't have pulled out a camera anyway. I had to save my kids. Anyway.
Yeah, we didn't record any of the actual incident because obviously.
So go to Living Light RV and check out their latest video. It's intense. I mean, it really is.
It was last week's video.
Is it last week's video?
Yeah, they had a new video come out today.
Oh my gosh.
I know, we got to get caught up on everything. Fire is so scary. So they said perhaps a older teen or young adult in the top of the fort, probably with a cigarette butt. Not paying attention, burning it down.
Well, I'm so glad the insurance covered it and that you've been able to get your trailer back and hopefully replace all the stuff inside it that was damaged
as well. They got full replacement value of the trailer.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
That's good. Very good. Well, what else?
Do we want to go over
what are we doing next?
What we're doing next?
Well, you all know that we're going to the Grand Canyon. We're kind of getting there. By Tuesday, we'll be at the Grand Canyon. Mm-hmm. We're going to celebrate Timothy's 6th birthday. We're going to explore that area really thoroughly. Junior Ranger badge it up.
Hopefully, we'll get to the North Rim. We're going to try and do one of our days, drive up to the North Rim. I know that is going to be a really long drive and long trip.
It should be worth it, though. Yeah. Okay, Living Light RV says, Carolyn, we said the same thing. Kids are highest priority. It totally is. I mean,
well, the hard part for us was our trailer was still hooked up.
Trailer was hooked to the truck. Trailer is on fire. You can't unhook the truck. Kids are strapped in the back of the truck. I'm like, Garrett, get the fire extinguisher. I'm getting the kids out of the truck.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even call 911 until the kids were clear. Garrett had already put the flames out by the time I got to the car to call 911.
It was mostly in smoke when I got the fire extinguisher, but it was still,
luckily,
there was fire and flames.
I mean, so scary, you guys, so scary. So, lots of fire extinguishers in easy-to-find places, and don't panic too much. Just grab it and spray.
Well, even the police officer, when we dealt with our fire, was like, most people wouldn't have even done that.
They would have stood back and let it burn.
I'm like, this is our home, though. I mean, you don't just sit there and watch your home go up in flames because you got a fire on the stove. At least try and put it out if you can.
Anyway, Carrie, you guys have been to the Grand Canyon, haven't you? We've been there for 45 minutes, so we're really going to thoroughly explore. And Garrett wants to do some hiking down into the canyon.
I think I might try and go about a mile down.
Yeah.
I know it's about 7 miles all the way down. So I'm not sure I want to try and do 14 miles. That's going to be all day.
But we got to at least explore down a little bit. So now that Timmy is 6, he is designated camera guy. He won't hold it steady, guys. It would be like a shaky.
Just carry. Even Emma, who's almost 9, 8.5, she... her camera skills for the most part are just like Just hold it still. Okay.
I did a lot of FaceTiming with them while I was apart, and it was really interesting. I mean, I hold my camera still so you can see my face, and the whole time I'm like watching it jump all over. And you've been having problems with your phone.
Yeah.
So the connection was not great.
Well, and it was only like
it
was like 1 bar, 2 bars of service out there, so it was just pretty much like I can see your face, and I can hear you.
Yeah. So his phone's been on the fritz, and it'll just shut itself off.
When it gets cold, like lower than 60 degrees, it'll shut itself off, and will not turn on for me. It just says no battery. Low battery, and it'll go from 14% to 100% to 35% to 90%, and then I'll just randomly 100% and then shut off.
I don't know what's wrong with it. Something's wrong with it. So the camera needs fixing. His phone needs fixing. We've already told him
the camera itself is just mainly the screen, and I mean the functions work.
We haven't told him about the car too. You guys.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my goodness. So we have put money into...
The kids make me dizzy.
Yes. We have put money into the trailer, the truck, and now the car within 2 months.
Yeah, tell them that story.
Okay. So my first week alone in Amarillo, the check engine light popped on. And I couldn't do anything about it at that point because I was going back to work. So I worked my week, whatever. And then my first weekend off, my first day off during the week was Monday. So I popped into the mechanics that we've been to get the car looked at so we can get licensed in the state. Christian Brothers Automotive in Amarillo, highly recommend them. There are actually other Christian Brothers Automotives throughout other states.
Yep.
So look them up. They're good. Anyway.
And they gave you an honest quote, and they were like, you could do this, but we also can get you this for a little bit better price.
Yeah. So they diagnosed the problem, and at the same time, they did a courtesy check for me. They asked if I wanted it. And I said, yeah, I'd like my oil, look at all the levels of the oils and stuff, because I'm about to take a 9-hour trip to get back to Garrett, driving through nowhere, right? In New Mexico, there's nothing.
Yeah.
New Mexico, Arizona, I didn't want to break down at the side of the road. It'd be nice to have a courtesy check. So they found out what the check engine light was about.
Yep.
Some seal was leaking. It was very simple, easy to fix. And they said you don't have to fix it. It just means that you're not going to pass emissions testing. It was going to be like just under 300. But what they come back with is the tech is very concerned about your transmission oil. It's very dark and has metal shavings in it. So I was like, okay, we can change the transmission fluid too. And
he's like, you don't understand.
You don't understand. He said, I cannot do that. If I change your transmission fluid, we're probably not going to be able to back this car out of the garage. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, when it's this bad, your transmission is going out. I said, but I have a trip to make to Arizona. And he's like, I wouldn't drive it out of town. You could break down at any time. You're not having any problems with it shifting or anything like that?
No.
Nope. I had no problems. The only thing that happened was the check engine light popped on, and it wasn't even popping on because of the transmission.
Yeah.
So we changed our whole thought process. We talked about it. Should we try to junk the car, sell it off, get another one? Should we change the transmission out? What are we going to do? I was like, I'm going to be stranded here. I'm going to be stranded in Amarillo away from my family. Oh. They were able to go on, give us a quote, find a remade transmission, get it delivered by Thursday, had it in by Thursday evening, and was able to deliver me the car by Friday afternoon before the end of my shift. I got out of town at the same time I expected to.
And how much would a brand new
transmission is somewhere between $4,000 and $5,000. This one, parts and labor, was $2,500.
Yeah. So it was still very expensive, but it was half of what it could have been. Yeah. So we're very thankful that they were willing to go and make that effort.
Yeah, they bent over backwards. I mean, and with my car being in the shop, I mean, they took me back to my hotel room. You know, they stayed in contact and made sure that, you know, they got me the car back before they closed Friday evening, because they would close like an hour before I got off work, and then they wouldn't open again until Monday. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to be stranded here all weekend long.
Yes.
So
season for us and our trailers.
Expensive.
Very expensive.
Expensive.
What are we going to be doing to try and offset some of those costs?
Boondocking. I don't know if that's going to offset our costs, since we'd be using a lot of gas, but we'll see. It'll be fun. But we are headed. Are we ready? Oh, we've got a lot of people talking. Should we catch up on that?
So,
Good night, bud.
In regards to pretty much everything that we've been just chatting about.
Oh, okay.
I understand. Carrie said. Kent said, ouch, and you are done with repairs for 2 years.
I hope so.
Hopefully. We hope so.
I mean, we had 174,000 miles on the car.
Good night, Timothy.
So, I mean, I wish it had lasted to 200,000 miles.
Yeah.
But whatever. We didn't break down in the middle of nowhere.
Yes. We were thankful about that. And, you know, even your mom was like, well, you know, your sister had this one car and they had a check engine light, and they said the same thing about their transmission, and she got another 7 years out of it
without doing anything.
But that's literally driving to and from town and knowing how to drive it so that the transmission doesn't slip. I'm like, she's like 600 miles away and going to be driving.
Yeah, I drove in the course of 12 hours, less than 12 hours. I drove 600 miles. I'm getting over it, but yeah, see, you're yawning now too.
Yeah, I know.
It's been long, guys, but we're hanging in there. We're kind of in this funny in-between spot. We're going to get a good week at the Grand Canyon, and then we're going to transition to, drumroll, my next contract will be at Banner Estrella in West Phoenix.
Yeah, so we are heading... We're heading to the desert. And it will be interesting. I'm really actually looking forward to it, because the fact that we did pretty well for these 8-9 days of boondocking, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how we could do like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because I think we can do it, and especially in an area that's not going to be as cold.
Right.
Cold at night is what took up most of the generator.
Right.
If
we had
it
to run
gets
the
like
generator at night so that he wouldn't run the batteries down, just running the heater.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So we're looking forward to that. And, you know, from what I'm told, it's actually a great place to boondock from our friends at No Ordinary Path.
Yes, No Ordinary Path. You guys know them. Another DFAMer. Check out NOP. They just came out, I think they came out today, with their visit to Atlas MedStaff, my company, their company.
Mm-hmm.
They got to crash headquarters and check it out, what it's all about. I'm halfway through watching
awesome.
that, so if you watch it, finish it before me. Don't ruin the ending.
Yeah. What we've really found about boondocking is that if you're using very little power in your system, even if you only have a lead acid battery and you don't have nice lithium batteries, you can still almost make it through a whole day or more without your battery running out of full.
Right.
Maybe down to 2/3, and then pop the generator back on.
That's shutting everything off.
It's
during the
basically
day.
running
just the refrigerator,
the refrigerator,
and maybe the water pump,
and a few 12-volt items like iPads or phones or things like that.
Oh, and don't forget too, to switch your water heater from electricity to gas. Otherwise, you'll be using electricity on that.
I'll jump that. Yeah. All right, so we got a big spat. Living Light RV said you were well taken care of.
Yes,
that's great.
God
we were.
Protected us.
And they also said, I love Phoenix. They know a great church there.
Who?
We will be looking up that church for sure. Aunt Carrie said my junior high friend lives in Phoenix.
We know a lot of people in that area. Not necessarily all of them in Phoenix. Oh, and guess what my mom said?
What's that?
Lizzie and Jack and the girls are going to be in Phoenix sometime during the time we're down there. They're
Really?
going to go visit a family member who lives down there.
Oh.
So we'll get to see my sister and brother-in-law and their kiddos.
That's awesome.
I know, I'm super excited.
Auntie Carrie also said, we love boondocking, and they can do a week with their solar panels.
Nice. Hopefully not during a rainy week, right? Where there's no sun.
I can't remember if they have an AC unit, but the type of camping they do, I don't think they would really even use it that
No,
often.
Auntie Carrie, you guys like to camp in the woods where there's trees for cover. So it doesn't get too hot.
Well, and their trailer's small enough they can get to nice, small, out-of-the-way areas.
Garrett's been thinking, man, all these boondocking places they've had all around the Flagstaff area.
Yeah.
And he can't get into them because our clearance is so low with our stabilizing jacks.
Yeah, if the stabilizers were higher up on the trailer, some of the spots I could probably get in here, but it was either too steep or too bumpy, or just like there 4-foot ruts on either side, and you literally had like 2 tire tracks going down the middle, and if you got off a little bit, the whole trailer would probably just go and fall apart. So
Let's see. Where are you at on this list? You guys are great.
woohoo, we had fun with them Labor Day.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. The girls are growing up so fast. So excited to see them.
We just got to get them into full-time RVing.
It's not for everyone, dear.
I know.
It's not for everyone.
I know it's not for everyone. And yeah, we don't usually have rain much during our summer camping.
I know. You guys choose the best time to go.
Yeah.
And being teachers, that's the time that you have.
Well, there's so many cool places, even in just Washington. State parks and national parks in Washington alone could take up a summer.
We've only explored just a few of them.
Yep.
We've done Hurricane Ridge and a campground there.
But a lot of them, our kids were very young when we did it, so
true.
it was
and we did it with your parents.
Yeah.
Hurricane Ridge, and then we did. Oh well, of course we did Mount Rainier. National Forest.
The kids remember Mount Rainier.
Because that was what?
It was 2017, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Eddie was a little tiny.
Yeah.
Wasn't even one. Was he? I don't know. He was a little guy.
He was one.
Yeah.
I think he was getting close to 2. Anyway, we're reminiscing. If you guys want to see our Rainier videos, that was
2 years ago.
Check out our playlist.
Yeah, our playlist has a set of videos for our Rainier camping. And even there's a playlist for kind of what inspired us to start going full time. Because that kind of happened 3 years ago.
Yes.
It's amazing how quick
when we were visiting the Rainier National Forest. He was in the little wagon. Yes, he was. He still loves that wagon.
He will camp in that thing. If he sees that thing moving, he runs and jumps in it.
So we have that folding wagon that you can fold up really small, and Edison loves it. We use it for laundry when we're in campgrounds.
Yeah. We'll probably use it tomorrow when we do our laundry.
Oh, you didn't have Isla with you. Is that how you say it? Isla? I need to meet her. I haven't met her yet.
Yeah, because every time we've went camping with them,
it was just the older two.
Yeah. So they're going to Cape Lookout
and
for Oregon for spring break.
Spring break.
Awesome.
Ooh, Oregon for spring break.
It still might be a little drizzly out there, but
that's okay. Drizzle is fine after you've been in the desert forever, right?
Anything liquid seems fine.
Isla. Okay.
Isla.
Carrie, you don't have to answer this on the live stream, but how is Brad doing? I've seen updates, so maybe instant message me.
Or text you. I don't know if you have.
Because I heard he was going to get out of the hospital soon. Hopefully he's out by now. But
yeah.
Anyway.
Our prayers are with you guys.
Yeah. We've been praying for him. That's not something that you need to share on live streams.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to get to Phoenix to kind of get settled. I've got a ton of education to do. I tried to do it while I was still away from
home tomorrow.
Oh, good. I'm glad he's coming home tomorrow. The kids will probably be really glad that he's back.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jennifer will be.
Yeah.
That's hard to have a family member in the hospital. So,
You had some reservations about Banner before we signed on,
I had
didn't
some
we?
reservations about working for Banner, because I had heard that they have a policy that they are allowed to cancel a traveler once every week. I'm like, that's a lot. That's 13 shifts potentially.
Yeah, that's a lot. And that's like money that we're trying to make to protect.
I'd also heard that, what was it? It was like, I think it was John or from No Ordinary Path, or he was saying it, or he was relating, somebody else had said it, that the first whole week canceled every single day. And I'm like, we need to have some regular finances.
Yeah.
Anyway, my recruiter, totally awesome.
Mm-hmm.
She looked into some of the last payrolls of the nurses who've been in the Banner system in that area. And she was like, it's been months since anyone was called off, and it was only like twice in a month, and that was over like 7 different nurses.
Well, and we're coming into snowbird season
A lot
down
of people
in Phoenix. So
being
there's
in Phoenix that
going to be a lot of
there.
older people that a lot of them are going to end up in the hospital. They're going to be really busy while she's there. So, you know, it's not going to be famine there for the hospital. It's probably going to be not feast, but
but
it'll be busy.
I always say my job as a traveler is to be flexible. And so if I get canceled, like I was canceled one shift while we were in Amarillo, which was surprising to me. I was like, oh, what am I supposed to do with this? I've never been canceled before. This is my first.
Didn't we make it up?
We made it up. So we ended up not missing that shift. So it was like,
good night, Aunt Carrie.
Good night, sleep well. It was like a, I think I was working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and they canceled me on Wednesday. So I worked my Thursday, Friday shift, and on Friday night, I said, I'm available. Do you need me to work Saturday? And they did. So I picked up my third shift that way.
Yeah.
It kind of sucked because it ate into like a 3-day weekend that we had. But in the end, we weren't missing out on the fun. So it's really big if I don't work, we don't even get the full amount of stipend. So we get a certain amount of money for food and for housing every week. Yeah. And if I miss a shift, they dock me a third of that. So and that's a huge thing.
Yeah, and especially if you're using that to pay your monthly rent at an RV park.
Yeah. So I just got to be flexible and go with it. But my recruiter is feeling that it's not going to be as bad as what people have said, where, you know, a lot of shifts have been canceled. And, you know, there's also the situations, which we haven't run into yet, where a hospital will just outright say, we don't need you, don't come. And you're like, but we're already here, we spent the money to get here, and now I don't have a contract? What?
That was our first, the first one, they didn't say don't come, but it was like, and we don't need you for 2 weeks.
Well, they needed me, they just couldn't get me through orientation. So, yeah, again, you have to be flexible. We worked through that. It definitely set us behind. It set us behind financially. It set us behind time-wise. But in the end, everything works out. Mm-hmm. It does. And so we're learning to be flexible. We're learning to trust God to just,
Living Light says, sounds risky, but God provides, so don't worry. Yeah. We're not really worrying. We're actually really excited for this contract because of the fact that we at least have 3 good boondocking spots that we know of. Yeah. To go. Well,
John and Kristen already did it.
Yeah, they already did it, and they were sending us. They were like, "Oh, try this one and this one and this one." So my messenger is full of GPS coordinates of boondocking spots.
And they're like, "And here's a church that we went to. You got to check it out. And here's this and that." So they've essentially gone and done it for us ahead of time.
And the crazy thing is the people we met yesterday, we were camping with. Go rewatch the video if you haven't caught that part.
The fun people.
With
the bouncy house.
We told them where we were heading. It's like, oh yeah, well, like
That's our neighborhood. That's
yeah,
where
I
we
have
are.
28,000 acres just outside of
28,000
Goodyear.
acres.
28,000 acres. He leases from BLM for about like $2,500 a year.
That's crazy.
He has about 1,000 head of cattle out there, and he owns a trucking business and he owns a livestock business, and that's why they have all the toys, because he owns multiple large businesses, so they have money.
And they can go out on the weekends.
And they can go out
and play, and that's good.
And he was like, "Hey, if you guys want, you can come boondock on our
I love it.
on our land."
I love it.
We're like,
It's awesome.
like really? Okay. I don't know if we got. Did we get? We know we gave him our card. I don't remember if you got a phone number from them.
I got. Oh,
You got.
hold on.
Okay. Smurf time.
I got Sarah's number.
Yeah.
So I can contact her if we need to contact. Who was it, Eddie?
Eddie. Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
we've already made acquaintances with somebody in the area. So
Yeah.
pretty
And they were very fun. Their kids were, of course, Timmy was like, "Hey, Dad, I don't like how they play. They play rough."
Well, they had older boys.
They're like 12-year-old boys.
12 and I don't know, 12
Yeah.
and 8 or 9,
And your
Gabby was 10.
age range was between 5. So Timmy was like the youngest one in the bouncy house.
Yeah.
If Eddie wasn't in there, Eddie or Luke wasn't in there. Lucas.
Yeah.
And so
Kids had a lot of fun.
they had a lot of fun in that bouncy house.
They did.
Got a lot of energy run out from them.
Well, you guys, it's been so much fun. We will try to figure once we're in Phoenix, we'll try to figure out the live stream.
Yeah.
What works best for you. And
We
best
might
for
switch it
us.
up. Might make it.
Maybe earlier, so we can do it before dinner or something like that. But if we're boondocking too, we have to think about location.
Yeah.
Because we may not be able to stream live from the desert. So
If you're
might
close
be
enough to
that
the
we
highway,
have-
you'd probably be okay. But
yeah. Well, so we'll have to see, but we will continue doing our live streams on Sundays, and we'll work on the timing for you.
I don't know if the 28,000 acres would be large enough for a second rig,
Oh yeah, I have no idea. I don't know if that would be possible.
because you can't see another rig on the horizon. If you can see one on the horizon, it's too close.
It's not boondocking.
It's not boondocking. We will be in touch with you guys,
Yes.
and we'll let you know our boondocking spots.
Yes.
And if you guys want to hang out with us,
We would love to
During the
have
winter
other
months.
people come and hang out with us boondocking.
Yeah.
So it'll be great. It'll be a party in the desert.
yeah. And Eddie said, "Oh yeah, there's like a Love's truck stop there, and you can just dump your tanks." And
No way.
I was like, so we could literally just stay boondocking out there.
That's awesome.
And we're probably only an hour or 2 away from Quartzsite.
Yeah.
So during Quartzsite, we might try and get like a long, like 5-day weekend to try and get out to Quartzsite for like 3 or 4 days.
I've been able to do that.
Good night, Steven. Thanks for joining.
Yes. Sleep well. Thanks for
Yes.
joining us. We've been able to get longer stints of time, even if it wasn't built into the contract like we did with the Balloon Fiesta.
Yeah.
Where I just ask, hey, sometime during this period of time, can I work the beginning of a week and the end of a week?
Good
and
night, Live in
have-
Light RV.
Have time off, you know.
See you guys in
in
2
between.
days.
Yes, I cannot wait.
Be awesome.
Anyway, so we're planning to boondock. We're planning to explore Phoenix. We want to get down to the border.
Good night.
Right? Sleep well.
Good night, dear fam.
Look, your hair's normal.
we've got friends down in Douglas, down at the border.
And Benson,
Benson.
just outside of Tucson.
I want to get back to Bisbee because I remembered that we saw an awesome, so the Queen's Mine.
Yep.
It's a Queen's Copper Mine or something like that. It's in Bisbee, so southern Arizona, and you can actually take a tour down into the mines. Garrett and I did it with Emma when she was a baby.
That was fun.
So I would love to do it with the kids. I know
And
it
the
would be a
kids
little
would-
bit of stepping out of their comfort zone because it's dark.
But if they have flashlights on their head, that might be the nostalgia or the eclecticness.
The fun part.
The fun part of it might.
So check it out. We've already told people, look, if you're doing Carlsbad, see if you can just do Arizona and then to Carlsbad,
Yeah.
New Mexico.
you're already that far south,
Yeah.
anyways. A little bit further, especially if
Two
you travel.
underground things.
Yeah, if you travel full time, what's the
Yeah.
you know.
Anyway, we love you all. It's great to be back hanging out with you. I really missed it last week.
It is nice to have everybody back.
Yeah. And what, the next time we come to them, are we going to still be in Grand Canyon, or are we moving on?
I haven't determined that yet.
We'll probably moved on.
We'll probably have moved on. Our boondocking or our reservations in
Friday?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
So we'll probably be headed south by next live stream.
Yep. We'll find a place
we'll
where
get
we'll
some
stop.
Great footage for you guys from the Grand Canyon. So.
And I mean, who knows? I know we are. If you haven't caught on the live chat yet, we are meeting up with Living Light RV at the Grand Canyon. And we will be working on some videos with them.
Stay tuned for that.
On both this channel and on RV Media Creators. So if you haven't checked out RV Media Creators,
do so now.
Do that now as well. I will put that in the description so you can go and click on that if you haven't checked out our new channel.
So we go live on Sundays. We put out a video on this channel on Wednesdays. And then you go to RV Media Creators on Fridays. Friday at noon? Friday
at noon is what I've been trying.
And he's usually got some great tip. He's on the basics of YouTube. For those of you who are starting a YouTube channel, been doing a YouTube channel, trying to build it up, it's for you.
Yes, it is awesome.
He's trying to share the knowledge that he's gained over the last few years.
And I've been blessed to be able to just be able to help people who've come and asked questions. Say, hey, what about this? Can you do this? And you're like, well, yeah. Yeah, you can do that.
And we've had several channels that we've started with about
helping them out
when we're at the same level, and they've already surpassed us and gotten 1,000 subscribers. And so I'm thinking Live Light RV and Our National Adventure, and is there anybody else? But
there's a couple other smaller channels that have asked for advice, but they're the two that have kind of took off.
So check that out.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for a video on Wednesday, and then go to RV Media Creators on Friday.
Do you want to do subscribers?
Yeah. Do we have subscribers though? I didn't get any names.
We didn't get any names, but we got a whole bunch of subscribers.
It says no attachments. Did you delete my attachments?
I didn't do anything.
Oh, here we go. And see, it's not even updated. How many subscribers do we have, dear?
We are at 721 subscribers as of this video.
As of this video.
So we are happy to get out of the 700 range, because we were sitting there for
700.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. We're just like, oh.
So it looks like we have 270. See, I do all this calculating before I go live with you guys. And now I'm trying to do it. We have 279 more that we need.
If you have 279 friends that would like our videos, go tell them to subscribe.
Or how about this? Just find one of our videos that you really love and post it to Facebook.
Yeah, share it.
We love that too.
I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in the balloon fiesta.
Yes, that one's already been shared by a friend of mine. Anyway, you guys, it was so good, so good to hang out with you. You can see I'm turning into a pumpkin very quickly. Speaking of pumpkins, Halloween's coming up. Carve those pumpkins pretty.
Yeah. All right.
You should all carve pumpkins and send us a video of you carving it or doing something silly with it, and Garrett will put it into a mashup on our next live video.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah. We'll get the kids to carve a pumpkin too. Actually, it might not be our next live video. It'll probably be the following one. Whichever one is after. Anyway.
Yeah.
Have fun, guys. Take care on the road.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, live life intentionally. Bye.